Your mind is sabotaging you right now. It whispers sweet promises. Just 5 more minutes of scrolling. Then you blink and it's midnight. You're staring at your phone, having just fallen down a rabbit hole, learning about how sloths only defecate once a week. Sound familiar? You label yourself as unmotivated, undisciplined, maybe even broken. But here's what nobody's telling you. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's performing its primary directive flawlessly. Steer clear of discomfort, challenge, and uncertainty at all costs. The catch? What kept our ancestors breathing doesn't help you thrive today. It keeps you stuck in mediocrity. There's an ancient framework, battle-tested across centuries, that can rewire how your brain responds to difficulty. It transforms resistance into momentum without the mental warfare. This is the Lotus Method. In the next few minutes, you'll discover a 5-stage system to dissolve your brain's defense mechanisms, amplify your concentration, and tackle what you've been postponing for months. The real reason you can't start, you're not avoiding work because you lack discipline. You're avoiding it because your brain is hardwired to chase instant comfort like an addict chasing the next hit. Got a workout scheduled? Your brain suddenly discovers 17 urgent household tasks. That drawer you haven't organized in 3 years? Absolutely critical right now. Starting a business plan? Your brain decides this exact moment is perfect for investigating the aerodynamics of frisbees. Need to finish that report? Your brain convinces you that watching documentaries about ancient Rome is basically productivity. Here's the evolutionary truth. Your nervous system was sculpted over millions of years to protect you from predators and famine. It wasn't designed for spreadsheets, creative projects, or building empires. When you face challenging work, your ancient brain interprets it as genuine threat. The same alarm bells that screamed, "Tiger in the bushes," now scream, "Difficult email to write." Your survival system activates. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. Your nervous system says, danger, avoid, distract, survive. So you scroll, you snack, you reorganize your desktop icons. Anything but face the thing. Stage 1, recognition, name the enemy. Buddhist monks have a phrase for the chaos upstairs, monkey mind. Picture a monkey swinging wildly from branch to branch, never settling, always fleeing from anything remotely uncomfortable. That's your untrained awareness. The Lotus Method begins with a deceptively simple practice. Notice when your brain deploys its avoidance tactics. Awareness transforms the hidden into the obvious. The unconscious becomes conscious. Next time you think, "I'll definitely start after lunch," or "let me quickly scroll for inspiration," hit pause. Look directly at the pattern. Say aloud or in your mind, "I recognize this. This is avoidance. This is my brain trying to protect me from discomfort." The neuroscience here is remarkable. Research from UCLA shows that labeling your emotions and mental patterns, literally putting words to them, activates your prefrontal cortex. That's your brain's CEO, the rational decision maker. Meanwhile, it dampens activity in your amygdala, the emotional alarm system that's been hijacking your intentions. Without this recognition step, you're fighting an invisible enemy. You can't defeat what you can't see. But once you shine light on these patterns, they lose their automatic control over you. The pattern still appears, but now you have choice. Stage 2, alignment. Move with the current. Here's where most people destroy their progress. They try to bulldoze through resistance with pure willpower. They grip their teeth and force themselves forward like they're dragging a boulder up a mountain in quicksand. It works for approximately 3 minutes before total collapse. Ancient Taoist philosophy, particularly from Laozi, offers a radically different approach. Water doesn't fight the rock, it flows around it. Over time, water carves through mountains. Force breaks, flow persists. The practical translation for your life: don't declare war on your resistance, dance with it instead. Rather than announcing, "I must complete this entire project today," you shift to, "I'll engage with this for just 10 minutes. Why does this work when brute force fails?" Your amygdala, that oversensitive alarm system, perceives massive projects as legitimate threats. But tiny, specific actions, they barely register on its threat radar. No alarm bells, no stress response, no resistance. Here's the magic. Once you actually begin, your brain chemistry shifts. Dopamine releases when you make progress, even microscopic progress. That dopamine creates positive feedback. Suddenly continuing feels easier than stopping. You've bypassed the resistance entirely. Use what I call the gateway task principle. Make your first action so absurdly small that your brain can't manufacture a reason to avoid it. Not write the report. Instead, open the document and type the title. Not go to the gym. Instead, put on workout clothes. The goal is to trick your resistance by making the entry point invisible. Stage 3. Stillness. Clear the static. Imagine attempting to perform surgery while standing on a vibrating platform during an earthquake. That's essentially your mental state when you're drowning in notifications, distractions, and obligations that never end. Zen monks practice zazen, sitting meditation, not for mystical reasons, but for intensely practical ones. They understood something crucial. When muddy water sits still, the sediment settles and clarity emerges. Your mind works identically. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes daily to complete stillness. Not mindfulness apps, not guided meditation, just pure, undistracted existence. Sit, breathe. Allow your nervous system to discharge its accumulated static. The research backing this is overwhelming. Regular meditation measurably reduces cortisol, your primary stress hormone. It simultaneously increases alpha brainwave activity, which correlates with enhanced creativity and problem-solving capacity. A calmer nervous system doesn't perceive challenges as emergencies. It sees them as interesting problems worth solving. You don't need fancy cushions or spiritual frameworks. Sit in a chair. Set a timer. Breathe naturally. Watch your thoughts like clouds passing through the sky. Your mind will absolutely revolt initially. It'll scream that this is boring, pointless, a waste of time. That resistance is the point. That's the mud beginning to settle. With consistent practice, something shifts. The mental noise that felt overwhelming starts to quiet. You begin accessing a deeper reservoir of focus and calm. Tasks that seemed impossible start feeling manageable. Not because the task changed, because you changed. Stage 4. Focused execution, master one move. Shaolin monks training martial arts don't attempt to learn 50 techniques simultaneously. They drill one punch 10,000 times until it becomes unconscious mastery. Until that single movement is so refined it can shatter wood. Only then do they move to the next technique. Apply this wisdom to your work. Select one high-leverage task each day, one priority that actually moves your life forward. Then give it your complete, undivided attention for a focused block. 25 to 50 minutes of pure concentration, no phone checking, no email glancing, no quick tab switching. This contradicts modern productivity culture, which celebrates multitasking and hustle. But the neuroscience is unambiguous. Your brain has finite attentional bandwidth. Every context switch drains cognitive energy and fragments your focus. When you constantly interrupt yourself, even 2 hours of work produces maybe 20 minutes of actual output. Deep, single-pointed focus flips this equation. 50 minutes of uninterrupted concentration can accomplish what normally takes 3 hours of distracted effort. You're not working harder. You're working with your brain's architecture instead of against it. Protect these focus blocks like they're sacred. Airplane mode, closed door, browser tabs closed. You're not being antisocial or difficult. You're respecting how human attention actually functions. Stage 5, patience, honor. The process. The lotus flower begins its life in thick, dark mud at the bottom of murky ponds. It doesn't instantly bloom. It pushes slowly upward through water and muck for weeks before breaking the surface and revealing its beauty. Your transformation follows identical principles. You'll be tempted constantly to rush, to see immediate results, to panic when progress feels invisible. But impatience is just another form of resistance. Another way your brain tries to avoid sustained discomfort by jumping to the outcome without honoring the process. Progress compounds exponentially, not linearly. Nothing visible happens for ages. You work consistently and wonder if anything's changing. Then suddenly everything clicks simultaneously. Skills integrate, habits solidify, results appear. The neuroscience of patience is fascinating. When you stop chasing quick dopamine hits, you reduce decision fatigue and prevent motivational burnout. You stay consistent long enough for neuroplasticity to actually rewire your brain, for new neural pathways to strengthen until different behaviors become your new default. Consider every difficult action you take as one petal slowly unfurling on your lotus. You can't force flowers to bloom faster by pulling them open. That destroys them. Trust the timeline. Keep showing up. The bloom arrives when the conditions are right, not when you demand it. Your implementation map. Here's your complete Lotus Method framework distilled. 1. Practice recognition. Catch your brain's avoidance patterns in real time and name them. 2. Choose alignment over force. Start small and flow with momentum rather than fighting resistance. 3. Cultivate daily stillness. Let the mental mud settle through brief meditation practice. 4. Execute with focused attention. Master one slice at a time with undivided concentration. 5. Honor patience. Trust the compounding process without rushing the bloom. Implement this framework and something profound shifts. Difficult tasks stop feeling like punishment. They transform into evidence of your evolution. Proof that you're expanding beyond who you were yesterday. Your brain will resist initially. It's been running its protective patterns for years or decades. But maintain consistency. Give the method time to integrate. Eventually, your brain stops working against you and becomes your most powerful ally. So here's my question for you. What's one challenging task you'll apply this method to today? Share it below. When you declare it publicly, you're exponentially more likely to follow through. If you want more frameworks for rewiring your brain, eliminating procrastination, and building unshakable focus, make sure to subscribe. Let's grow together.